Okay, people, it is time to predict week 1 of my Premier League predictions. So, let's start off with Liverpool versus Bournemouth. Liverpool, always a good shout in the Premier League on week 1, especially with Mohamed Salah, who has the most contributions in Premier League history for week 1. So, in my opinion, I am going to go Liverpool 2, Bournemouth 0. Moving on then into the second game, Aston Villa versus Newcastle. Isak is not going to play for Newcastle ever again. I think he's going to end up going to Liverpool. Aston Villa have kept a similar squad from last season, just with a few additions. Guisson is a great addition to their squad. So, I'm going to say Aston Villa 1, Newcastle 1. Brighton versus Fulham. Now, this is a pretty easy one to predict. Brighton have made some good signings. Their model works. It's clear. Fulham have not made any signings of note in this transfer window. So I'm going to say Brighton 2, Fulham 1. Now, Sunderland versus West Ham. This is where it gets slightly tasty. Sunderland have made some fantastic signings in this transfer window. Granit Xhaka, Diarra in the midfield from Strasbourg. They've made some really good signings. West Ham... they're hit and miss. Graham Potter is probably going to have a poor season, get started by Christmas. I'm going to say Sunderland 1, West Ham 0. Now, Spurs versus Burnley. This is a pretty easy one to predict. Tottenham versus Burnley. Burnley have not made any signings at all of note, apart from Carl Walker, Armando Broja and Ogashukwu. So, they've got some decent players there. But Tottenham are going to walk all over them. I'm going to say Tottenham 3, Burnley 0. Wolves versus Manchester City. Now, this could be a pretty easy one to predict as well. Wolves are probably going to go down this season. That's what I predicted anyway. Man City have made some great signings. Ait Nouri, Ryan Cherky. They've got Marmoush. They've got Haaland. They've got Foden. You know, they're probably going to bring in Rodrigo at some point in this window. I'm going to say Man City 3, Wolves 1. Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. This is quite an easy one to predict as well, because Nottingham Forest is the better team, clearly. They've got some decent signings. Dan Ndoye is a decent player. They've only lost out on Elanga. They've managed to keep Morgan Gibbs-White. So I'm going to say Nottingham Forest 1, Brentford 0. Then for my team, Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. I'm going to say with the signings we've made really decent signings. Crystal Palace are losing out on Eze. They're probably going to lose on Guehi as well. So I'm going to say Chelsea 2, Crystal Palace 0. And in the final game, Manchester United versus Arsenal in the Premier League. I'm going to say Arsenal 2, Manchester United 1. But guys, let me know your predictions in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys on your thoughts and Premier League predictions. And don't forget to drop me a follow.